On the morning of May 19, 2016, Logan Schiendelman told his grandmother that he had an epiphany and wanted to talk about it. However, she had to go to work and told her grandson that they would discuss it when she returned home in the evening. Looking back, Logan's grandmother found her grandson's demeanour unusual. He appeared really nervous and seemed like he was on a mission. She also noted that the 19-year-old was awake and out of bed earlier than normal. When she returned home from work later that day, Logan and his car were gone. As the hours and then days passed, she grew increasingly concerned. First, she reached out to Logan's mother to see if he was at her home in Olympia, Washington. He wasn't, and had not been in contact with his mother for a week. On May 23, Logan's grandmother filed a missing persons report with the Thurston County Police Department. Logan's 1996 black Chrysler Sebring was run through the system, and it was discovered that the vehicle had been impounded on May 20. The car had been found abandoned on Interstate 5 in Rochester, Washington, approximately 20 miles south of his home in Tumwater. Logan's wallet containing his driver's license, debit card, and $25 in cash were found inside the car, as well as bags of food from a nearby gas station and his cell phone. Because the car had been impounded before being processed by a crime lab, it was considered contaminated, and thus any evidence would be unusable. 3 911 calls had been made about the car driving erratically across 3 lanes of Interstate 5 before it hit the middle barrier. One person claimed that they had seen a white male with brown or red hair jump out of the passenger side and run into the woods next to the interstate. This person was obviously not Logan Schiendelman. Later in the evening of May 20, police also received a report of a near-naked African-American male walking near the area of Interstate 5. Thurston County Detective Frank Frawley commented that, "We thought that might have been Logan, and so they initiated a search using dogs. They didn't locate anything. Could have been Logan, could have been anybody." Police searched the woods next to the interstate on foot and by air, but found nothing. The area is extremely thick and brushy. I've spent hours out there searching myself. Canines were brought in to search, and it's been covered extensively, but nothing has been found. Investigators inspected Logan's cell phone records to track his movements on the morning of May 20. The phone had travelled towards Interstate 5, heading south, then turned around and headed north, then going south again before stopping at where it was located. It is unknown if Logan was the one driving the car, or if he was even in the car in the first place. Over a year after his disappearance, a woman came forward to report that she had seen Logan's car on Interstate 5 on the day Logan went missing. She claimed that 2 white males and a black male were standing at the back of the car. Police released a sketch of one of the men. Investigators learnt that Logan was not getting along with the boyfriend of his half-sister, who had recently moved into the household. The man had a previous conviction of felony assault, but was ruled out by police after passing a polygraph test. Logan Schiendelman was a graduate of Tumwater High School, where he had been a star defensive back on the school's football team. He was popular and a model student. However, towards the end of school, he began isolating himself from his friends and dropped out of Washington State University after 1 year. His grandmother believed Logan was going through an identity crisis and began smoking marijuana, which would make him slightly paranoid. He was kind of at a loss with what he was going to do with his life, she stated. Logan Schiendelman has been missing for over 6 years.